I saw the military, the army officer yesterday telling us that he was acting on an order. And I've also read online that a military man should obey the last order and order. And I've asked myself, which order? Like the minister also asked yesterday, you obey order, yes, but that order has to be lawful. The order has to be reasonable. For instance, if I am a military officer and my superior give me an order to go and shoot somebody, or let's say my boss give me an order to go and let me use this word, rape my daughter, will I obey the order because the order is coming from my superior? Or somebody, because somebody is dragging a girlfriend with my superior, and that superior now see the person dragging girlfriend with him walking on the street, and he say, hey, shoot this person. Because it is an order, I should obey it. Because it is an order, a military men should go and mount guard in a public building under construction. That is the issue here. Building under construction. Military men had to be sent to go and mount guard. Military men that was posted to the former chief of naval staff, Vice Admiral Awab Gambo, as his personal security details to secure him, to guard him, to protect him. He now choose to make himself vulnerable and send those people on an errand. It's like somebody now here. I have security details to protect me here, and I now choose to send them to Gwagwalada to go and be protecting my property that is under construction. I don't seem to get it. Now let's go back to how we got to that level. That particular land was allocated to a company in 2007, Santos Estate Limited, for park and recreation. Let me say this again. Allocated in 2007 for park and recreation. The company did not do anything on the land because that place is a parkway, is a walkway, is a road corridor. You don't build there. Then in 2022, the company wrote to the FCTA, the minister, oh, I want approval from you to convert the purpose to commercial, from park to build park. You know what park is, a recreation, not permanent structures. Probably in anticipation of the minister's approval for conversion, the man decided to partition the land, a land allocated to him for park and recreation. He now partitioned the land and sold to people, including the former chief of naval staff. And that is why I want to say here that the former chief of naval staff was scammed. He was scammed. And he has realized that he was scammed. Instead of him to now come out and seek help, he resorted to use military might. Now, in 2022, the minister of FCT declined that request, did not grant the request for change of land use made by that company. That was where it ended. But he had already sold the land to people, giving them impression that the land use will change. Wike was not the minister then.
In 2022,
Wike was not the minister. Now, after selling land allocated to you for park and recreation, for people to build house, who should the former chief of naval staff go and hold? The person who scammed him or the government? He chose not to hold the person who scammed him, the company who scammed him. Now again, that particular portion has now been redesignated for the purpose of, if you know Abuja very well, you know how Babushi is. That is where you have Ministry of Works, Environment. That portion of the land, that parkway, is for public buildings and corporate buildings, not residential. Meaning that you cannot build residential house there. That is one. So as of today, Vice Admiral Gambo does not have a document, a title document, showing that he owns the land. He does not own the land. Now, assuming we're not considering that he has title documents and he owns the land, before you begin development of a land, there are processes you must pass through. One of such processes is to have a building plan. Building plan showing what you want to put on the land. And you take your building plan to the development control. See, you take your building plan to development control. The question Nigerians should ask Vice Admiral Gambo is, did he take the building plan on that land to development control, and the development control approve the building plan? So this is the letter with which the land was allocated to Santos Estate in 2007 for park. If you zoom your camera, you see that it is for park and recreation. This is the layout on the land. It is clearly stated. See, proposed parkway. You can look at it.
All right.
This is the letter. You can look at it.
Okay, so the thing for a lot of people is that whilst, the FCTA might or does have jurisdiction over that portion of land, I think for a number of people, it is how they have gone about enforcing the right of the FCTA to what it is that they have said.
Let me also go further. The director of development, the director of the Department of Development Control, Tamplana Mukta Galadima, went to the place by himself and informed them that this land is like this yoga. He told this particular mayor officer yesterday that was misbehaving yesterday that it appears that yoga has been scammed. Though, tell yoga to go and see minister so that they can see how to resolve this issue, because this land that he has bought, he bought a wrong land. He sent SMS messages to this particular officer, no response. Then officials of the Department of the Development Control went to the place to serve him letter to stop work. They did not allow them to get to the land. The military men stopped them. When they went there 2 days ago, they threatened that if they get close to the land, they will be shot. That was what happened. And the director came yesterday to report back to the minister. I mean, normally when you send somebody on an assignment, there must be a report. He came back and he told the minister where we went to, this and this and this happened. And the minister was like, what an effrontery. So the minister now said, okay, maybe these people that are even coming to give me report, because in most cases you see government officials sitting in their offices, getting reports and acting on them. But the minister chose not to do that. He said, okay, maybe these people are even lying to me. They are not telling me the truth. Let me go there and see the place by myself. That was what the minister went there to do yesterday for an on-the-spot assessment. He went there with the commissioner of police, FCT commissioner of police. Policemen that came with the FCT commissioner of police were there. The ones that came with the minister were there. Before we got there, they have already used a vehicle, a e-logs, to block the road. That road does not lead to that land alone. It leads to other land. But they block the road. They block the road that nobody will be allowed to get to this point. What an effrontery. Land that does not belong to the man. And I feel so it is appalling that somebody of the level of the status of a former chief of naval staff, who's supposed to be like a moral compass for the society, choose to act like that. Because The question is, you say he must obey order.
So clearly,
is it